I hope my audio and video is clear. If it is clear, please comment. Okay. So, welcome to another important session. As I have mentioned, today we are going to have an important guest, someone who has cleared three important exams here: Indian Forest Service, Indian Foreign Service, as well as AP Group One. So, here we have Krishna Sree Vastav. He's one
Hello,
of
am
my
I
very
audible?
good friends. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can, as I mentioned that his success comes after a long journey. He almost prepared for 5 years, more than 5 years, I must say. And in his fifth attempt, he has secured Indian Foreign Service in civil services examination. And along with that, he has also cleared Indian Forest Service and AP Group One. So here in this session, we are going to discuss like the mistakes, common mistakes generally aspirants commit as soon as they start their preparation. Because we ourselves also committed so many mistakes, because of which we had to wait for 6 attempts for myself and 5 attempts for Krishna Sree Vastav to clear this examination. As the early you realize you overcome these mistakes, definitely you are gonna clear this exam. Maybe within 2 or 3 attempts. So we'll start with the session. I'll give more time to Krishna Srivastav to to enlighten you and to speak about these common mistakes. He's currently undergoing Indian Foreign Service training in New Delhi. So welcome to my session, Sri Krishna Srivastav.
Hello. Hi, Rajni. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah. I'm fine. I'm fine.
So how is your
It's
training
good
going
to
on?
it's good to meet you there on a virtual platform.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So how is your
And I
training
mean,
and all?
yeah, the training is going great. We just came back from a block leave,
Okay.
so yeah, it's going great. We're
And how is
just learning
weather?
new things.
So how is weather in Delhi?
As you can see. So yeah, it's Delhi as expected. Single digit climate, sorry, temperatures and pollution in triple digits.
Okay,
Not a
so
great place, obviously.
yes, yes. See, and
Yeah.
really, I honestly speaking, it is really a great, achievement. Clearing three exams, that too three topmost exams in the in the country. So again, of course, it comes after a long journey. You have worked very hard for almost 5 years. However, I think you must have committed some common mistakes which generally aspirants do right in the beginning of your preparation. So I thought to make this session like to explain these mistakes to the new aspirants so that they at least they try to overcome this in the beginning of their preparation. So let's begin the session now.
Sure.
Yeah. So I think what is the first, what are the mistakes you have committed during your preparation?
I mean, there are multiple mistakes I have covered. Committed both in prelims, mains, interview. In every phase, I had my own set of mistakes actually. With regard to prelims and mains, I think the basic mistake will be not reading syllabus properly and doing PYQs just for the sake of doing. And apart from that, I think I haven't practiced adequately in my first prelims, first mains. So I think these are the common set of mistakes everyone does, and I'm not new to those things. I have done all the mistakes.
Okay.
So I mean, if
So
we go one by one, I mean, we can go
yeah,
one by one. I think so because
yeah.
it will be easier to talk.
Yeah, I think so. I request students to note down this, whatever we are talking here, whatever sir will be, sharing. So that will be very useful to you when once you finish the session, you can, once again revise those, the solutions, the mistakes or the solutions offered by sir. So I request you all to note down, whatever, sir will be telling. Yeah. So we can start with the, first mistake, like you would say that very important that one should avoid.
So yeah, I think as a beginner, one should know the syllabus properly. So when I came to preparation, though I had a good mentoring from close quarters, I didn't read the syllabus properly. So that was the basic mistake I have done. And I was in a rush to read books, whatever academy suggests. And I was very much focused on reading current affairs without knowing what to read, what to prepare. That would be the first mistake. I think many new aspirants are also doing this thing. So knowing syllabus, so we have to read the syllabus. Generally, they say that we have to know syllabus word to word.
True.
And mains, it's very important. For prelims also, we should know. For example, if you are reading a topic, we should know where a question can be asked in that topic. That can be known only if you read the syllabus in detail. So take a printout of the syllabus, stick it to the study hall or wherever you're going, and try to see it multiple number of times. So the first line will be in prelims, I think, current events of national, international importance, something it will be there. So you should know every line, what it says, Indian polity, Indian constitution, history, what it says, geography, what it says. And then you can go to books. So basic thing will be knowing the syllabus. Without knowing the syllabus, that is no, without knowing the territory, you should not wage a war.
Yeah.
So that would be the
True.
first thing I would say. And second thing will be, I think, the last few years, I think maybe 10 years before, there was not much rush towards the standard books. NCRTs were the foundation 10, 15 years back. I think nowadays it's kind of changing because more and more people are moving towards the textbooks, so-called textbooks, and compilations, videos. But I would recommend at least one reading of NCRT, at least. If you're
True.
already having NCRT in your 11th and 12th, maybe it would be easy for you. But people who haven't read NCRTs, they should read at least once, if not twice or thrice. And then you can go to whatever standard book, be it Lakshmikant, be it Spectrum, or be it Ramesh Singh, or environment book of any academy. So better read the basics NCRT. That is where questions generally come from. That would be the thing. And third other mistake is I think this rush towards current affairs again started, if I'm not wrong, 2016 or 2017. 2016 is one exam where around 30 plus questions came from one academy's current affairs magazine. So that is when people started reading current affair magazines more, taking printouts month-wise and then compilation. I think, except that year again from 2018 to 2024, the questions directly coming from current affairs magazine are quite low. So current affairs is one area we should be definitely aware of, but we should also know to limit those things. Today in the market, there are like hundred, if not thousands, of magazines, and there are different types of materials with regard to current affairs. So we should limit, we should definitely limit the current affairs. So coming to current affairs, my strategy was simple: reading the current affairs magazine, which has lowest number of pages. So I used to rely on Forum IAS current affairs magazine. So now it has been rebranded as Epic, if I'm not wrong, and last 40, 45 pages will be called Factly. So that is purely prelims oriented thing. I used to read that thing, monthly magazine, and I didn't focus on these compilations. So I used to read one magazine, one current affairs thing, and revise it multiple number of times. That would be the good strategy because if you are not revising current affairs, you can't definitely remember. So that would be one thing. So added to this, some people might have a worry that what if current affairs come from different magazine? It won't happen generally because everyone read the same paper and make the notes or compilation, whatever academies are making. So if you have that kind of worry, what I used to do is I used to write sectional test from Vision and a full test from Forum. So in that way, I used to like whenever I write sectional test from Vision, some important current affairs they will be asking in their own tests. So that way, I used to cover maybe some important current affairs from Vision IAS as well. So that would have, that was my current affairs strategy like since 2020. Like last four attempts I have given. Whenever I cleared prelims, my current affairs strategy was keeping it simple, revise it multiple times, and I always read current affairs only for the confidence sake. I don't feel that current affair questions, whatever I read from the magazine, will directly come in the test. I mean, real UPSC exam. Only for the confidence sake, I used to read one magazine so that okay, I have read current affairs these many months, so there is a possibility that this will be asked in the question. So limiting the resources, limiting the current affairs is the biggest thing, and don't get carried away by whatever things we are seeing on the internet these days. There is like 20 rupees you will pay, you will get this many materials. Limit your
And
resources.
also
It,
these days, people following different Telegram channels where they dump too much content.
yeah,
That is a
that you
very
should be
big
very
thing.
careful.
That is why I keep
That you
telling
should
them.
be very careful. I mean, if you are relying on Telegram one channel, that is also fine. Limit on one,
Yes.
or at most two. Two is not recommended. But if you are too scared and you have too much time, I think one is enough. Two is not advisable at any cost because it eats away time. And the revision is very important in this exam. This exam, prelims, mains, interview, revise, practice. More you practice, the better chance you will clear this exam.
So I think that is very important actually, limiting the resources, as I said, that because see what happens, you read too much content throughout the year, and 1 month or 2 months before the examination, if you are unable to revise whatever you have read from the beginning of your preparation, then there is no point because you tend to forget it within few days, whatever you read it today. So you tend to forget unless until you do 2 or 3 revisions or 4 revisions. The more you revise, definitely the more you remember. So again, that is very common mistake. Generally, people, especially first or second attempt aspirants commit. They feel that they have to read too much because this is a very difficult exam. Because that was we were doing it. We were
True,
reading
very
too
true,
much.
very true.
You know. So again, I keep telling that again. So you can hear it
Exactly. I
from.
completely agree with you. And adding to that, I think what you said, consistency. Consistency is the key. So people, like many people, when I used to go to library, so they have very high energy till March. Just
True.
before exam, they will start worried and they say, maybe next year I'll see, or I can't do this, I can't manage this. That is like a very big mistake. So, consistency is the key in any exam, not just UPSC civils. You take any exam. If you are not consistent, the people who are consistent will be ahead of you.
True.
So that is the thing. For example, see, I think when I entered preparation a few years before that, Tina Davi madam ranked one in this exam. Somewhere I read that she used to say every week she used to take 1 week, 1 day of leave, 1 day of complete break. So I don't know why I got motivated when I saw that break thing. So I said, okay, I'll also take 1 day of break. So it was good actually. So take
Even
1 day of break.
yes, when Sai Prakash, he's again one of my very good friends. Even you know him. Even he used to
Yeah,
tell
yeah,
me
yeah.
he cleared in his first attempt. One good thing I learned from him when I was giving fourth or fifth attempt when we met and all, he used to tell me, "Bhaiya, you should take 1 day leave and all." And really, because I used to work throughout the week, but on and off, like some hours I used to take break, every day. But instead of that, I like you work intensively for the 6 days. The seventh day you take complete break. You have extracurricular activities, whatever you do, and seriously that really helps you to work again, intensively for the next 6 days, and the productivity really increases. I realized it
Exactly,
as
exactly.
you have
See,
mentioned it.
yeah, if you don't take a break, you'll burn out soon. A burnout, your efficiency in preparation will be quite low. So what I used to do is if I read exam in the morning, say in the morning session, again next day morning only I will read. I used to just watch movies, series, I'll go we meet out, eat good food.
Yes.
So so that we'll get back our energy to prepare. So have consistency in preparation. Further taking adequate number of breaks in between, not just weekend break. In daytime also, like here and there, half an hour, 1 hour, just to go for a walk, have good tea or coffee with friends, and then again come back to preparation, or just listen to music, or sleep for 1 hour. So these kind of activities will put your brain to rest. Otherwise, we'll be reading a lot of things, and UPSC exam is memorizing a lot of things, obviously. So when you memorize a lot of things, obviously the brain gets heated up. So you need some kind of break and rest so that you can come back to studying with full energy.
True. And one more common mistake I want to emphasize here, that less emphasis on PYQs. See,
Yeah.
I think I have committed this mistake, and many of my friends also, other like my during my preparation, we started reading only, but we never looked at the PYQs. We thought first we'll read too much content, then we look at PYQs. Because of that one, because of that, what happens is that when we go to the examination, we are unable to differentiate what is important, what is not, and we don't. remember what we read because we have read too much. We could not emphasize on the important part. Then you get confused in the examination. Even if you know it, you get confused.
So basically, I would say there are three major factors in this. So first factor we already said syllabus. Know the syllabus, know what you are preparing.
Yeah.
Number two will be PYQs, previous year questions. Number three will be practicing. You can practice PYQs or you can practice any test series for that matter. So the PYQs is very important because you should know the UPSC type of question. So how they ask question, because if you see some basic, nowadays we know every academy gives some random questions every day. They are not definitely not of UPSC standard. They are only to test your basic strength. So practicing PYQs here also what happens is practicing means not practicing mechanically. Just I will take some compilation, I'll see the question and I'll see the answer. Okay, this is done. That won't help. There you're only knowing what is the answer for that question. So you should know where this area has been, from where this question has come. And there will be some repetitions in some areas. For example, if you see in fundamental rights, Article 19 liberty we frequently see. Article 21 we frequently see. And even in Parliament also, some areas there was a question on bills very frequently.
Yes.
So similarly in geography also we see cyclone is one important area we see, and the landforms. Landforms mostly come in mains. So
And
these
this one,
kind of
summer solstice, winter solstice, we
yeah,
see
yeah, yeah. That is
very easy
solstice,
question.
equinox is a favorite topic.
Equinoxes and all very easy,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
again
yeah. It's
they
very
get confused.
confusing actually. Yeah, even
Confusing
I made a
actually.
mistake if I'm not wrong. So that is these are like favorite areas of this thing. So that is how you understand what UPS is expecting you. So what happens is if you see the PYQ two, three times, the fourth time you see, you won't even understand why you are seeing because you know the answer directly, and you
Yes.
feel how why questions in 2019 were very easy, how questions in 2020 were very easy, because that you have already studied them, and even if you are going classes recently, your mentors will be subconsciously telling those topics. So you feel that papers were quite easy. So you have to know why this question has been asked. So
True.
sometimes, we prepare for 1 year current affairs. Sometimes they'll ask 2 years before current affairs. I think in 2019 they asked a question on American defense system, missile defense systems
Yes.
called THAAD,
Third.
THAAD. It was not in news 2018 or 19. It was in 2017. So sometimes the questions come much before, but it's fine. Like one, two questions, they come anyway out of the thing. So PYQs, after knowing syllabus, then see the PYQs
And
and base your NCRT preparation.
one important
Yeah,
thing
please.
here again, PYQs for CSAT. You know, last 3 4 years, 4 years or 5 years, CSAT has become very tough,
Yeah,
and people do not know how to approach CSAT.
yeah,
Right there also, I tried. I always tell in my sessions also, wherever I go, wherever I give top attacks also, that PYQ is the best way to clear CSAT. That is the only way also I can say, because questions become sometimes math questions and aptitude questions are very tough, right? Passages will be easy, and the way passages are asked, the way even aptitude questions are asked, you will not find it anywhere else, because other
yeah.
exams are different. UPSC CSAT is again very different, right? So
Yes.
even if you go through standard books or other exams and all, you won't be able to clear CSAT, because I cleared 4 times. I know I most of the time it was just through the solving 4 or 5 years PYQs, but regularly solving it, not just once, but at least 5 times, 10 times. I keep on solving it. So how? What's your take on
So
that?
I will share my experience. So we come from Telugu land where people take pride in mathematics. So it was true for my two attempts, first two attempts. I didn't touch anything from CSAT and I comfortably got 110, 120, and 20 minutes we used to take. This is all Telugu people used to do because
Yes,
we have very good mathematics in our school standard. And that advantage is not there anymore, honestly, I'm telling you. So if your mathematics is not your best suit, then obviously we start depending on the reasoning. So from 2021 attempt, I put more emphasis on this CSAT and exactly what you said. I used to practice 5 years of question papers. Nothing more, nothing less. I
yes,
don't see this formulae of mathematics, nothing. Just I will take logic, sorry, English passages. So here, what I used to do is I don't rely on the key of academies, whatever
true.
the solved PYQs of CSAT I'm talking about.
Yes,
I don't rely on them. So I what I used to do is I used to take passages. I used to take official UPSC key. I used to solve the passage questions. So I noticed that I am making a mistakes. This thing called logical implication or assumptions
Okay.
on based on the passage. So if there are three questions from a passage, one question will be like logical implications or assumptions. I used to make mistake in that area frequently. So then I saw what is UPSC giving in the answer key. So then I understood, okay, this is what how UPSC is thinking in this question. So for example, in 2021 attempt, I left all the assumption questions and I solved in the last. In 2022-23, I overcome that difficulty. Now I understood what exactly UPSC thinks in this question and I used to mark them correctly. So PYQs with the official answer key and knowing why this answer is being given for this passage is very important. These days,
True.
I think English is helping a lot in clearing CSET.
Yes. So exactly, even I did the same thing. Like I used to keep UPSC answer key on one side, UPSC question paper. Why this question is given? Why this is the answer? You have to analyze it,
Exactly.
and there will be a
Exactly.
pattern.
Exactly.
Last 4 years, if you analyze the assumption questions, will have similar pattern. Once you crack
Exactly.
that code, you will always make this assumption right. Otherwise, you will never make, because every time I cleared the CSAT, I used to score 23, 24 passages correct out of 27, 28. That was
Very
my
true. Very
accuracy
true.
when it comes to passages. Why? How it came?
Yes.
Completely through my PYQ knowledge only. You understand the pattern. You understand the UPSC mindset. That's done. Even when it comes to interview, also you understand why, what they're expecting, what they're demanding. Once you know it, even
Yes.
mains becomes easy, prelims becomes easy. Even interview becomes easy. I'm saying so. That is the reason we always say to focus on PYQs, syllabus, right? Their pattern, analyze them. Right? So another, this is thing, very common mistake, that is a very common mistake. Even today, lot of students, even after giving 2 attempts, 3 attempts, they tend to uh, do commit this mistake. So another important thing is that, another common mistake I should say, that not making proper notes for mains answer, right, mains examination. That is very very common, because people read too much content even without knowing syllabus. Also, people prepare for mains examination. I have seen people not looking at mains syllabus, but they tend to finish all the subjects.
Yeah.
So even
So
after,
my main,
yeah,
my mains, honestly, I didn't put adequate emphasis on answer writing. Definitely did hurt me a lot. Um, so my initial first mains, I failed miserably, and I read everything. I don't know what I read. The problem has been same, not knowing the syllabus properly. So unlike in prelims, mains have a definitive syllabus. We
yes.
know the exact boundaries, and many a times we can predict questions in mains, which area the question will come and what kind of question will come. At least in GS, 5 to 10 questions every year are predicted. So what I used to do is I used to take again answer test series answer copies, and I used to segregate them topic wise, and I used to read them. So using again forum test series answers, model answers, I made entire my governance notes, be it NGO, SHG, all I used to have one page notes for each of these things. So that is what I did. And again, knowing the syllabus is the important key, and again limiting your resources because
There is very senior aspirant asking two questions here. Kiran Sayampu, he says, "Sir, please educate us on mains answer writing." Okay,
yeah,
soon we'll
Kiran
talk
Sai,
about
we
it.
are addressing that. I hope you also can join us since you are
Yes,
in revenue service now.
yeah.
You can join us and
I
share
think
your
even
feedback as well.
so
Yeah,
that
I think
very
we'll do a session with
fortunate
him too
that
soon, very
even
soon.
toppers are watching our session. So I feel very proud and happy that you can join us, Kiran Sayampu sir, if you want. You can educate your aspirants.
Kiran Sai and Pooh and I did FC together, so yeah,
Right.
coming back to mains answer writing again, as it says, you should write answers. If you're not writing answers, I know many of my friends who won't write answers. They say that first I will read everything and I'll make notes and then I will write answers. It never it works like that. So please write answers. I'm telling you, you will be scared when writing answers, and you always think that I will write next week, I'll write tomorrow, and you will feel that I haven't finished my syllabus. You do all these things, just shut your mind and just write an answer.
See,
That is the simplest
even
thing I can say.
Krishna, even I started writing answers from my third or fourth attempt, because till then I
Yeah.
felt like I would be doing, like I was from arts background. I thought my answer writing would be great. I can finish the paper in time, and also I never wrote any answer. So when I gave my first mains, it was a disaster. I
Yeah,
never expected that answer writing would be so difficult even for art student.
yeah,
So that is again very common. Then I people think that, as you have mentioned, they say I'll write after finishing the syllabus. I'll write
yeah,
after, after next week, after 1 month, 2 months, and they keep postponing it.
and I am telling you, you will be, if you're writing mains answers in the thing, you will be scared to write. And I am telling you, you will be write one of the worst answers. You know it, it's fine. If you are writing the worst answer also, it's fine. Only if you write something, you can improve. So I think in my second mains, I started writing daily answers. So daily I used to write to two GS and two optional answers. I can say from my first attempt to second attempt, my optional scores increased by 50, 60 marks, and GS also increased by 50 marks. So around 100 marks overall in mains improved just by writing answers, and that too daily answer writing that will definitely help.
Same,
So
almost same. Like I improved
yeah,
115 marks, I think, from my first mains to second mains, just because I started writing now. Once I
exactly.
started writing, because content, I don't think I would improve too much. Content, I mean, we have it in our mind. Just that we, one thing, because of more revision, and the second thing is the answer writing. When you do more revisions and you do answer writing, almost I think your work is
So
done.
I will tell one difference from a beginner in answer writing to an expert.
Krishna, your Wi-Fi is not working, I think. Krishna, your video is interrupted.
Hello, am I
Yeah,
audible?
yes, yes. It's
Yeah,
audible now.
sorry, some network issues. So, since I was talking about the beginner and expert, the person who knows writing answers in 10 20 seconds, they'll understand the demand of the question, what to write, and where exactly in the paper which part of the answer goes. A beginner will take 1 to 2 minutes to understand the demand of the question and then prioritize the points and then write. So, should I write pros, cons, and this, then way ahead. So, this all will take a lot of time, and we'll have 6 7 minutes for 10 marker. Imagine if 2 minutes are lost, your answer is severely affected. So better start writing answers. Sometimes you might not have evaluation, but it's fine. But you can do self-evaluation, or you can show to some mentor in any academy. So you can show them, you can ask their help because a person who has already done mains, who has given interview, they have better idea. So I was helped by that. I was helped by my mentors in improving my answer writing greatly, very greatly. At one point of time, I made a lot of cosmetic changes to make answer very visible. So that is how we
Even
should
myself,
do.
even I always thank my seniors, my friends. Even my friends are my mentors. I'm very fortunately I got my friends who have cleared, you know, in the first and second or third attempt. So I could meet them. They could help me in my answer writing. They used to see my answers. Even later on, I also got help from Sajjad sir. Like, so very. That's what I say. You need proper guidance here. You know, it will save
And
your
uh,
time.
and and you also need a lot of friends. So friends in the sense that not too many friends also on the other side. So have few good friends in preparation, so that you can always compete. So I have a very good friend in preparation. So we used to collaborate, and also there used to be unknowingly some competition. Okay, what if he clears ahead of me? What if I clear ahead of him? So that kind of small competition, healthy competition should be there. We should share resources. And I'm telling you, see, many a times, if you're writing this exam more than once, unfortunately, um, Anil Sugar will come to you. Will come to you. Uh, See, if you're writing this exam more than once, many a times you feel depressed. Many a times you feel low. It's very, very difficult to maintain the momentum. That too, if you're writing just 1 month before prelims and 2 months before mains and 1 month before interview, they're like very volatile periods, and you will face a lot of mood swings. You will shout, you want to sleep, you will feel helplessness a lot. So that times having a good friend, good mentor, whom you can talk to openly will definitely help you.
Yeah.
So
So
that
yeah,
is one thing.
I think one more common mistake, very important, that we start with without any planning and strategy. See, people those who are starting new, those who are just started this preparation. Many of them do not come with a proper planning and strategy. They just blindly come, start reading standard books or whatever they normally people say about civils preparation, NCRTs and all, but they do not have any plan and strategy. Only after failing one or second or third attempt, then they come for the strategy, planning, how to do and all. So why to waste all this first, second attempt like us? Like I did not have proper strategy also. That's what I
I
mentioned. And
completely,
many of them.
completely agreed.
So always come. Why don't you make your first or second attempt as your best attempt and just
Yeah.
prepare well? For example, there is again I said one quote that if you have 6 hours of time, use 4 hours for your planning and strategy. Then you can execute that planning within 2 hours. But generally,
Yeah.
what we do, we keep on executing what just you keep reading, we keep doing something without knowing what we are going to how we are going to execute and all, right? So your take on that?
So this thing I used to call it controlled preparation. So initially,
Okay.
what I used to do is, I will read. Suddenly, I'll read history. Then I'll feel bored. I'll go to economics, and I'll go to polity. So there is no proper strategy or planning. So that
Exactly.
was a mistake. So then what I used to do is I used to make a monthly plan, and then from that weekly plan, and then daily plan. Daily plan in the sense for monthly plan, I'll make it a very broad plan. So, for example, I'll say, okay, this week I'll finish polity, and next week I'll finish geography. That is like a proper monthly plan. And then weekly plan, I'll make like, okay, roughly these many areas I can cover in these days. And the night before, so the night before, what I'll do is, like write what I'm going to do. Telling you, you cannot achieve 60-70% of your plan. That is completely fine. Most of the times we'll try to be aggressive in making a plan, and it's okay if you're failing it also. So 60 to 70%, if you're able to stick to your plan, that is definitely a success. So I call it controlled preparation, where I'll control every factor. In the later phase of my preparation, I didn't follow what academy used to give for test series and all. So I'll take the test. I'll prepare my own schedule. For example, because I feel geography I can do very fast, polity I can do, economics I can do very fast. So I used to put less number of days for that. History I should take a lot of time. Um, so that is a thing I would do.
Yeah. So yeah, as I said, and one more thing
So
that
I mean, just concluding on that thing, strategies. Strategy is very, very, very important. Be it for again prelims, mains, interview. So you should know what you're reading. As I said, syllabus, PYQ, preparatory test series. We have to plan everything. Uh, some interruption is even a plan regarding plan. I was telling this thing. You have to make a rough monthly plan, or a very rough, like very vague, not vague also, like broad plan. And then from monthly plan, for example, monthly plan in the sense you can say, okay, these many subjects I'll finish, and these many magazines I'll finish, and from that you can make a weekly plan. That can be like 70% solid, and then from that you have to make a daily plan. Daily plan we make just a day before. So for tomorrow, today evening I'll make the plan.
yes.
I'll put check boxes. I will try to finish. That is what I was telling.
So yeah, then one more thing is that even when they prepare, when they read it for 1 month, 2 months, you have to ensure that whatever you're reading, it is in the right direction or not. And how will you check that? Go to the PYQs, try to attempt one or two questions from prelims or mains. Then you'll understand whether whatever you have read for 1 month or 2 months, then like whether that is right or not. If it is whether it is sufficient or not, right? Otherwise, you have read for 1 year. If the content becomes irrelevant, then the whole energy, the 1 year energy is wasted. I think there's some issues with Krishna sir's video. So that is another important mistake. I said that whatever you are reading, make sure that you have this proper strategy, proper planning before reading, right? Then you start reading it. Yeah. So then I'll come to another common mistake, that neglecting their health just before the exams. Because of neglecting health for 6 months, 3 months, 1 year, just before the exams, many people tend to get many communicable diseases also, like typhoid and malaria and all. Because of that, even after good preparation, they miss examination, right? Or the overall they become very weak. Their body becomes weak, so that they won't be able to do the exam well, even for the mains also. So even we all commit that mistake when we start preparation, because we are in that excited mode. We feel like we have to clear it in first attempt, second attempt. But however, you have that in your mind, but you won't be able to do that with good health. We neglect our health. So how, what's your take on that?
Health is very very important. And since most of us will be staying in these UPSC hubs where we will eat everything on the street, we should be very careful. Actually, I know a person who got dengue just weeks, 2, 3 weeks before his forest mains. He was giving only forest mains. Just 2, 3 weeks before he got dengue. Actually, he taught me some concepts of geology, which helped me in my mains answer writing forest services last year. Unfortunately, he couldn't clear because health was one of the reasons. Maybe uh, eating outside would have been a reason. So just before exam, be careful on what you are eating and try to. I mean, I was not physically completely fit during my preparation, but I used to walk every day. Every day, at least 30 minutes to 1 hour, I go to park and I'll walk. And whatever phone calls I have to make to my friends, I used to make in that period. But some kind of physical exercise it's must. Even during mains, also you can do this. Even one day before mains, also I would definitely recommend you just walk for half an hour. It will again calm you from your anxiety. It's very very important. Eat carefully because sometimes I know a friend. Uh, he unfortunately he was physically unfit. But though he cleared service, initially he was physically unfit because of overweight. He tend to, I mean, even I tend to do stress eating during my mains and prelims. But you have to limit. You have to limit how much you are eating. Like not too much sugars, not too much oily food. We all do stress eating, but try to keep it under control.
All
That is
right.
as if health. If you're not having good health, you can't study.
Yeah, hopefully, I think we have we try to discuss all important questions here. I mean, common mistakes here, right? I think
Just
if
I would like to before I would like to add a few things which I felt.
okay,
Uh, See, we will all you see whoever is giving
your
prelims
video is not
will be
clear,
scared.
Krishna. Just like your
Is it
some
okay
issues with
now?
your network.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
your
Some
network
internet
okay?
is setting too. Is it okay now? Am I
Yeah,
audible now?
audio is clear. Yeah, please go ahead.
So I was saying that we see whenever you write this exam format, any exam, you will be scared. That fear will always be there. So be mindful of it. Accept that you will be scared and you prepare. That was my first lesson because I remember before the night before my first prelims, I couldn't sleep. If you're not sleeping the day before, it is going to affect your prelims examination. So try to sleep, accept that you will be scared, accept that you'll be anxious. It's all fine. Second thing, this is for prelims. Writing a test series and writing real UPSC exam are different. In test series, we tend to take all kinds of risk. We know only 50% sure we'll put that question. In the real exam, we might not have the same courage to answer. So you have to take all these issues into consideration while you are practicing the test series. So sometimes in you set 95 questions. In the real exam, 75. So 10, 15 questions, it should be
There is
difference
issue
there.
with your
So that
audio
we have
also
to
now.
prepare. What happened? 1 second, give me 1 minute.
So that is again one of the common mistakes that always imagine that you're writing and writing final examination. So whenever you attempt a mock test, always believe that okay, if you are going to give the final examination, how you are going to attempt them. Not just you are attempting mock test just because you want to, people say that you have to give mock test. No, always see, but whatever you are doing, always keep this final exam in your mind, how you're going to perform in your final examination. Try to do the same thing before the examination, so that you'll come to know your mistakes. Once you know the mistakes, then you can overcome through your further next mock test or something.
One second. Rajni, please add another
And
device.
see, try to note down whatever we are saying. I'm telling you, these are very, very important, and these are the common mistakes, and because of which, because of which it will, take you some more attempts to clear this examination. Yeah. Yes. Yes. It's clear now. Again, there is issue with your audio. Yeah. Yeah. You like. I think this was slow net. There is slow network from your side. You're audible, but it's low. No. So please comment if whether the video and audio is clear from Krishna sir's side. For me, it is not clear. Even yeah, for others also, it's not clear. Yeah, well, if there are issues with your network, then yeah, like we can end here. Maybe in another session we can discuss other issues. Like, okay, let's wait for 1 2 minutes. Like if the issue continues, then we can wind. No, it's not clear. You know, there is no audio from your side, Krishna. It's audible. No, it's like the video gets interrupted. All right then. Yeah. So your video is not clear, Krishna. Yeah, then we maybe if you have time next week or something, then we can plan another session. Then that will be very useful to the young aspirants. Yeah, yes. And seriously, thank you so much, Krishna. I think even during your tough, I mean, very busy schedule, you have given time for the young aspirants, and for you have shared your important insights, your long journey. And seriously, we feel very happy. We feel very proud that you have cleared all the top examinations with your consistency, dedication, with your hard work. So again, I always feel proud of you, and thank you so much for spending, so this time for this young aspirants. Right? Thank you, guys. Thank, yeah.
that will definitely.
Yeah, surely. And I'll try to share you the questions or the mistakes you have prepared on my channel and the next session, and definitely we'll try to discuss in detail. Okay.
Will share it with you. I can do in the amount of time we do have. We are definitely here to help you. Those mistakes will cost you a number of years in your life and in service. So let us try to avoid such mistakes.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Krishna. Right. So
Yeah,
thank you
yeah. Definitely.
everyone
See you. See
for
you
being
again.
patient, even through this
Yeah,
network
yeah.
issues and
Unfortunately, the network was
all.
not clear. Yeah.
But next time we'll make sure that we come with good network and with some more important
Yeah, yeah.
topics and issues. Have a
Yeah.
good time. So, see you all.
Sure, sure. Bye, bye.
Bye.
Good night.